And so our introductions come to a close as Kadis enters the temple and learns that the galaxy is a far bigger and far more dangerous place than she ever imagined. Come and hear the end of the prologue to the Tritone Gambit.
As we're entering the temple, even, is there anybody sort of to the sides or like that I need to be aware of?
No, there's like a couple of like archers and melee fighters, but they're all being kind of engaged by, the mob behind you.
Right, okay. Well, I'm gonna keep chasing him because wherever he steps is safe for me to step. So.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Good thinking. Roll your agility.
Okay. God damn it.
He dashes, he leaps down the stairs and sort of just dashes into the darkness, and you kind of lose him as you reach the temple. Something smells funny and sounds funny.
Something sounds funny.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of funny?
Umami mo kwai get out. Chanting.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. So it smells funny.
You hear, catechisms and battle prayers. There's, one of the priests behind you and the mob as they're sort of driving towards the temple.
Oh, fun. That's obviously what you want to hear when you go into a temple.
Well, they're on your side.
Ah, that's true. Okay. So I have no idea where he went.
He just dashed down into the darkness. You're at, the head of the stairs.
Damn it. Is there any, torches on the walls? Or
yes,
anything?
but they're unlit.
Am I able to light them?
With what?
Do I not have flint?
No.
Shit. God damn it.
There's a bit of a wind blowing from inside. So you can imagine that the torches were lit, but the wind put them out.
Alright, okay. Well, there's no way for me to see in this.
Well, you're used to a night planet. You can see
in
the dark.
Shit, that's true. God damn it, I forget that. Alright, okay, yeah.
And because you specified this, your tattoos glow in the fucking dark.
Oh yeah.
Everyone here has tattoos which glow in the dark.
Okay, awesome. I completely forgot that fact. Alright, I'm not used to my glowing tattoos.
That's going to be funny. I'm going stealthy, and they immediately find you. It's how?
Oh,
glow
shit.
in the dark.
they have an off button. Alright, okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep going down there and try and figure out if I can see where
there's a crossroads. There's two ways branching off either side, and a tunnel leading onwards.
Isn't he bleeding though?
Yes, good catch.
Is there blood speckles
Perception.
that I can follow? Perception.
Because his blood doesn't glow in the dark.
That's true. But if I put my face close enough to it...
You're on your hands and knees sniffing the
it's
floor.
Sniffing around.
He went to the right, which is interesting. He isn't going for the center of the temple. He seems to be taking a circular route.
Okay. And Okay. So I know which way is towards the center then? Or
no, he's gone to the right. He's going down the hall that's on the inside of the hill.
Okay.
The chamber that goes around a full circle. You think?
Okay. I'll grab... Is there some of my peeps behind that I can sort of grab to follow me?
They're starting to head down, yeah.
Alright, okay. So I'll grab some and follow after him.
Okay. You run on. The rest charge straight downwards, trying to flood the temple, and start, and immediately trigger the trap. That's the obvious way, which is straight on.
Oh, shit. Well, they know now.
which just basically is a set of sprayers, and they just spray like gasoline and flame all over them down the hall.
Oh, fun.
And you just
glad I went the other way.
Yeah, you just hear screams and the sizzling of cooked flesh.
Wow, shit. They knew what they were in for.
You have 4 guys with you. Well,
Yay!
guys and girls.
Cool.
You can also hear the slight screeching of the priest as he melts.
Oh, shit. We didn't bring a priest with us? Fuck.
Well, you did, but he was with the group.
That's alright then.
And he just got melted.
Oh well. That'll be fine. It's only a flesh wound.
He's dead!
Shh, they don't know that. I like to pretend that they're not alright. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so yeah. I'll continue to...
Okay. Again, the whole hallway is made of like stone, cracked stone, and it's got bones littering the corner. Well, I say corners, like the edges. Skeletons, various bits missing. Like you count way too many right arms. You see like a child skeleton missing its legs.
Oh. Nice.
Now and again, there's that trickle of blood. There's various sort of murals daubed on the walls. And like faded tapestries.
Faded tapestries.
Faded.
Okay. And wait, sorry. So there's tapestries and what, like?
Like murals, like basically paintings and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, sketches.
Yeah. Okay.
There's now and again there's like a plaque as well.
Okay. And the dude, I'm guessing there's still blood spatters continuing through here.
Yes.
Now
and again, there's another hallway branching off, leading deeper into the hill.
Okay. Fun. Well, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's probably safest to keep following with a bit of caution.
Okay.
Because, yeah, he'll know where is safe to tread, especially after the last thing. So yeah, I'm going to keep following it.
Perception again?
Here's where I fuck up. Shit!
Right on the money. You lose the trail at the other junction.
Ah, fuck.
So you can either keep going forwards down the circular hallway, or you can start turning inwards into, the inner layers of the hill, or the temple. Or you can split up.
He's been avoiding going towards the center, right?
So far, yes.
So far, yes. Okay, can I sort of, check for traps sort of each way, like the entrance of each way?
Yes, you're not trained in it, so it's gonna suck, but you can.
Is anybody I'm with trained in it?
No, because you're not from a techie tribe.
Shit. God damn it.
You can try. And tell everyone to try, yes.
Knowing my roles, it's gonna go horribly. I will at least look.
Okay, they will help you.
Alright. And fail.
Yeah, you don't know which way is safe.
Oh shit. Do any of my teammates have an idea?
Nope.
Shit.
50-50 chance of horrible death. And there's 5 of you.
I don't want to die, man. Okay. I'm going to send 2 of them. I'm going to send one of them actually slowly going towards the middle.
Okay, he starts slowly making his way down.
And see if he sets anything off.
Again, the wind is blowing up from the inside of the temple, up and away. But nothing seems to happen as he keeps advancing.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to trust that it's safe, and I'm going to go down that way.
Okay. You jog down that way. You see all the same decorations on the walls.
And as I'm going, do I pick up any more blood spatters?
That'll be another perception.
God damn it.
Nope.
I see shit at all.
Yes.
Great.
Might have something to do with the dried blood splatters on the floor and the walls.
Yeah. It's so nice and well kept here.
Piles of metal are now joining the bones.
Ah, shit, these undead peoples. Because... okay, get the fuck out of there.
Okay, you start heading back.
Oh, wait. The metal was going towards the bones.
No. As in, you know the part like the skeletons and the piles of bones and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now and again, you're starting to see like metal mixed in
Oh, okay. Like armored peoples, right? Okay. Yeah, I'll keep going then.
there. More
Keep
like
going.
metallic limbs
Oh, okay.
or faces.
All right. I keep pressing on, I guess.
Okay.
And being very cautious of potentially any traps
The chanting grows louder.
as we go towards
Yep.
it. Okay.
The air gets cooler, and something seems to smell of moonlight.
What the fuck does moonlight smell like?
Exactly.
uh,
And what sounds like bells ringing.
mm-mm.
Over nope.
Yeah, it's sounding pretty noopish. I mean, I can't really back, like... And we don't know where the rest of the tribe and that is.
Mhm.
So... Yeah. Seeing as it doesn't seem to be trapped so far, I'm guessing this is the right way, so I'm going to keep going.
Okay. Couple of... several more
Very
steps.
quietly.
Okay, silent move.
Mm-hmm.
Roll it.
Silent move, okay. I'm going to go quietly. God damn
Clank,
it.
clank, clank, clank.
Fuck quiet.
Crunching bone underfoot with each step.
Oh, man.
But you emerge into what you assume to be, the heart of the temple, right in the center of the hill. This is where, the walls are actually metallic now, and there's, lots of faded detailing on it. You're not really paying any attention to it. You're more focused. There's a central dais. There are strange arches sprouting from the ceiling, cabling, machinery way beyond your mind. And right at the center, there's a group of priests, these heretical priests, about 5 of them, roughly equidistant apart around the central dais, chanting, arms raised, there's candles burning in circles around them, incense is heavy in the air. And on this dais, in the center of the room, there stands basically a hole in reality.
A hole in reality?
So roll me a willpower. And this is where the wind is coming from.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what was that roller?
Willpower.
Willpower. There it is. Great.
So,
Is that a success?
Kadis is neat.
Cool.
And you actually glimpse beyond it.
Ooh.
What you see is what appears to be the wounded man you hit, clutching a small box to his chest and offering it to a giant wearing a riotous blend of colors. He's sort of looking down at the man offering him the box, sort of reaches down, picks it up, takes it, and then immediately he sort of looks up and looks straight at you. And there's just burning emerald green eyes. And he nods, and again reaches out, gently caresses the man's face, and pushes him back so he tumbles through the rift. The rift immediately starts to, just sort of shrink and hiss and sputter, and the priests collapse to the floor in convulsions. The music starts to fade, the scent of moonlight starts to fade.
Okay. The fuck was that? So basically the priests are literally on the floor convulsing, and the wounded dude's just been pushed out of this portal.
And his flesh seems to be rippling and flowing like hot wax as he's getting back on his feet.
So he's melting.
Yes. Except he's not getting smaller. And he's starting to float.
He just asked to be able to freaking, like, beat the shit out of me, didn't he?
Your mighty intellect suggests yes.
God damn it.
The man, like, the feather tucked in behind his ear sort of, like, ripples and duplicates until, like, his hair has just been replaced by a mane of feathers.
Man, I want that feather.
Like, you know, his flesh swells around his armor, like, subsuming it before, like, stretching it out so it becomes almost like a chitin over his flesh. The massive, like, stripped, gaping wound you gave him to his right pectoral, however, is still there. It's still, like, all raw and red.
Okay, it's still...
Yep, his skin is glistening as if it's covered in oils, and his fingernails are growing and switching into claws. He smiles at you, and by the way, his teeth seem to be made of obsidian now, like sharp, like basically arrowheads of obsidian just shoved into his gums.
Cool. That looks like fun. Well, I mean, he wants a fight, right? And somebody's got to wipe that smile off his face.
He breathes out and sort of clicks his claws together. It raises a hand, and you see, like, a dark orb of energy gather before it fires it off at one of your minions.
It does, wait, what?
It shoots one of your buddies.
Well, shit.
With what looks like a miniature flying black hole. The man tries to dodge to a side, but he's not fast enough, and it strikes him 68, I believe. That's right in the... just solid strike right to the chest. And pretty much goes straight through.
That is less fun.
like if essentially the size of your head, there's just a hole straight through the guy. And he sort of just blinks and then just collapses.
What the fuck is this? What? Okay.
What do?
Well, I just wanted the feather, man. Like...
You have like 4 guys left with you who are also slightly, what the fuck. There's 5 priests convulsing on the floor. You're in the middle of this strange arcane chamber.
Okay, and the hole that he got pushed out of is now gone. Okay, I'm guessing the convulsing priests are probably not going to do much. So...
Roll me an awareness. With a plus 20.
And a fail.
Okay, you're kind of preoccupied by this fucking monster in front of you.
Yeah. Because, see, if the black hole thing was still up, I would be like, maybe kill the convulsing priests to hopefully knock out whatever the ritual they did, but... The fuck is that thing?
Yeah? That's an interesting thought. The priests are still there.
Yeah, I mean, they're still doing something. I just... Kind of.
Now, do you want to... Well, yeah, like, you can try to fight the thing on your own. You can try to fight it as a team. You can send your guys to distract it while you do something else.
Yeah. Okay.
As I said, there is, like, lots of tech in this room.
Lots of tech? What kind of tech?
Roll me intelligence.
I know nothing.
As I said, there's weird arches sticking out the ceiling. There's metal all over the walls. There's, like, the raised dais with lots of weird runes around it. And there appears to be several, like, plinths set around the room.
Right.
The plinths all have, like, weird protrusions and flat glass panes on them.
That doesn't help, really. I mean, it all sounds interesting, but fuck knows what to do with any of it.
Yeah, because you're a feral.
Yeah, so... Alright. Okay. Fuck it. I'm not much for strategy, so... It'd be like, you guys kill the fucking priests, make sure they're dead, and I'm gonna freaking charge at this weird motherfucker in front of me.
Okay. The monster in front of you just grins as you charge it, and your men also follow your lead and split up to start dealing with the priests.
Yeah.
Okay, roll your charge attack.
Okay, there it is. 20.
You hit.
Yay! And it's probably going to do nothing.
It tries. It sort of it doesn't even try to dodge. It just sort of floats there as you hit him. Roll to see where.
Okay.
You strike him right in the left arm. With
Cool.
a cry. Roll your damage.
Here's Ray and
nice.
everything under the sun.
Your axe seems to sparkle with energy as it passes through a field of some kind, because it feels like it slows, like it's going through water all of a sudden, and you can smell ozone, and it strikes his flesh, bites into his flesh, and nothing. He looks down surprised, looks back up at you, and swings at you.
Yay!
Nothing.
Cool.
Slightly hard to sort of, backhand you when there's an axe lodged in his arm.
As do.
Yep. Your four guys, they reach the closest, convulsing priest and pretty much start just jumping up and down on his body and stabbing him and horrifically shredding him. The monster in front of you sort of hisses suddenly in displeasure, raises an arm, and shoots another laser blast at them.
Right.
And misses.
Yeah! Having an axe attached to your arm messes with his aim, I guess.
Yeah. Your turn.
Alright. Well, I mean, I may as well continue keeping him preoccupied whilst, they're dealing with the assassins. He doesn't seem to like it, so yeah, I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna crazy hit him.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, yeah, you're just screaming as you're just striking him again and again. I'm just gonna quickly look up the full details for all that attack, because this might be funny.
Okay.
Cool, no, you just hit him a lot.
Right, okay.
Roll the damage.
Ooh.
Ooh! 1 second.
Okay.
I think that's a critical?
Ooh.
Let
Yes,
me look up combat. How the hell does the fury thing work? Give me a break, it's been a while.
That's totally fine. I mean, I'm new to it, so it's all cool.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. When you hit with an attack, the resulting damage includes rolling one more d10s. When you roll a 10 on any dice, it may indicate the Eye of the Emperor is upon you. Roll a second attack roll, testing your weapon skill just as if you were doing another attack. So roll the attack again.
What, with the plus 30?
Yeah. Okay, you hit. Roll me 1d10.
Okay, R. 1d10.
Okay, so you do 21 points of damage.
Yes!
Just so you know, if you roll a 10, you keep rolling.
Oh, that sounds amazing!
Until you stop rolling a 10.
That sounds amazing.
That's why when you hear all these weird stories where oh yeah, he's just this fat librarian with a knife and he accidentally one-shotted a bloodletter. It's like the Emperor filled him with holy light as he just decapitated this monster with a kitchen knife.
Oh, best way to do it, man.
Okay. Keep 21 in mind because I need to figure this out.
Alright, that's fine. I
That's
will
a
type it.
4, that's a 10, and you did how much?
21.
21. God. Oh, fuck. Okay, you just lop his arm off.
Yeah!
Just
Take it.
spittle, you're almost foaming at the mouth as you just scream this sort of affront to, the Emperor of all, this abomination. And it kind of staggers, what the fuck? And your two buddy, the four men sort of split into two groups, and two of them beat up one priest, two of them beat up the other. And it hisses as it grows weaker. And it lashes out at you. And misses. It's getting slower.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
Oh, that's so nice. So satisfying. Alright. So is it my go?
Yes.
Yeah, relentless attack.
Just that's your new move for it, just relentless.
Yes! Just
Yep,
relentless
you hit,
attack.
he tries to dodge. Fails.
Yeah! Okay.
roll the damage. He's lost 3 priests now, so he's down to that. Oh, God. Okay. You basically like punch him with your fist, so he just, he sort of just staggers winded.
Yeah.
Before you just, take a proper spin up and just bury it in the exposed pectoral.
Yeah!
Black ichor spurts out along, with the smell of moonlight as he just collapses, letting out like a loose keening wail. Immediately, the heads of the other remaining 2 living priests explode.
Oh, nice.
And the guy just starts to sort of implode in front of you.
Awesome. I want to grab them feathers, yo. I want them.
Okay, you quickly reach out and, grab his head.
Yeah.
And just yank feathers out of it.
Yeah.
Are you going to grab your axe?
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm going to grab my axe.
Okay. You yank it out. You are sort of, slightly covered in blood, slightly covered in black alien ichor.
Cool.
And, there's 5 dead priests in this room.
Right.
And your 4 other men sort of limp back towards you, heavily wounded, but grinning.
So, was that I'm guessing that's the main boss of the new tribe, right?
Yes.
Yes. Fricky, you did it! Where are those other twats at?
Kadis does a little dance.
Yeah. Do a little dance. And I got my feathers of, awesomeness. Mm-hmm. I'm happy. Do we hear any of our other tribes in this?
You hear like a loud grinding noise.
Right.
The doorway you came through is filled by a colossal figure.
Oh shit.
Vaguely humanoid, but covered in silver, with red fists, which appear to be sort of, beating together as if clapping.
Oh, cool. I think.
Yeah, there's like a massive hammer slung over his shoulder, and like his like helm is just got like a white skull painted onto it.
Right.
And I think we can call it there.
Cool.
I'll give you like a quick conclusion, basically.
Yeah.
This towering monstrosity of armor introduces himself as like a holy warrior of the Emperor of all. And, him and his cohorts were summoned by your righteousness to aid you in this battle. And yet you have managed to sort of, prove yourself by racing to the heart of the problem and cutting it out.
Cool.
So he essentially goes that you have proven your worth to actually serve the Emperor of all in a far grander way than simply being a mere warrior of your tribe.
Ooh.
Essentially, he takes you and the 4 guys with you.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're led outside, and outside you see lots of, very grim-faced men in black armor holding very nicer versions of your laser guns. And you see like all the with the survivors of the enemy tribes sort of like as prisoners on their knees, hands bound behind their backs. All the rest of the tribesmen, they're not cheering at a great victory. They're all very sort of solemn silence, like in awe.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically, he takes you to the top of the hill and sort of, essentially just lifts you, like one hand, into the sky. This dude's like 8 feet tall.
Okay, that's more understandable then. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And in the slightly broken version of your language, proclaims you as, the heroine who actually went into the heart of the enemy temple and destroyed the vileness within. The tribes start, sort of cheering and chanting your name, which obviously starts with your tribe because they know who you are.
Yeah.
Hard to mistake the orange hair with blue highlights.
Yeah. Awesome.
He sort of lets you down, and also, the other four are also proclaimed as heroes. And he leads you away to his skyship.
Cool.
And so begins your new life in service to the Emperor of All's Holy Inquisition. You will be traveling the realms beyond the stars, seeing wonders and treasures you could have never imagined.
The Dark Heresy role-playing game is copyright of Fantasy Flight Games and Games Workshop. Warhammer 40,000 and its associated trademarks are all property of Games Workshop. Opening and ending themes were created by Evolutioneer of Fiverr.com. This has been the Tritone Gambit, a Dark Heresy fan production.